Alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, we are one family of the entire mankind. One family of entire mankind. No matter where we come from, either from the royals or from the common people, we remain as one family. The only difference is because we do not have iman towards Allah, faith towards Him, to the level which He is placed. So we are unable, to obey the commands of Allah, the command of His Messenger. In his last farewell lecture, he said, no Arab is better than non-Arab. Neither Arab is better than non-Arab. No, non-Arabs are better than Arabs. The best among you is those who have taqwa. That means conscious of Allah. Nobody seems to practice this. No? Either the Muslims, the so-called Muslim in Saudi Arabia, where is the place of the birth of Islam, in what do you call it? The birth of Islam is actually known by many people because they think that Islam start with Muhammad SAW, which in fact Islam doesn't start with him. It starts from the time of Adam. All the prophets and messengers of Allah has come down with only one religion, the religion of Islam, nothing else. After the death of Prophet Isa, then only, Christian, Judaism come into existence. They are the two religions which are made by man, in order to make the religion not so strict, so that some of the orders of Allah which Allah has revealed in the Torah and the Injil will not be practiced. So they want to enjoy their life. They want to drink alcohol. They want to eat pork. They want to have free sexual relationship. So they have to modify the religion to suit to many people, so that many people will follow the religion. The religion which are made by man. It's originally a revealed religion of Allah, the religion of Islam, but turned to become another religion, the Christians and the Jews, Judaism. But other religions like Taoism, Confucianism, Hinduism are not religion which is come from Islam. It's purely man-made religion. It probably come from Islam, which are brought by Prophet Abraham, probably. But it was too long. The religion has been changed, modified to such an extent it's no longer having the similitude to Islam. Like Hindus, they still have, I saw in Malaysia, they have celebration which mimic the performance of Hajj. What is called? They got one taipusam. They walk, from one what do you call it, shrines to the Batu Cave. Batu Cave is in Gombak. The shrine is in Chinatown in KL, in Kuala Lumpur. So they start from there. They walk, barefooted. It mimics the one of the actions done during pilgrimage. We walk, from Mecca to Arafah. If commendable, this is commendable acts. You can also drive, but very few people choose to walk. But it's good if you can walk. And then after staying in Arafah, then you walk to Muzdalifah, and then you walk to Minang, and then you walk to Mecca. It's walking. So Hindus have that in Malaysia, in Taipusam, probably. That mimics the practice of our pilgrimage, which has been ordered by Allah to Prophet Ibrahim. Ibrahim did give dawah till India, and the Hindus in India, the revered group are known as Brahmins. They come from probably the word Ibrahim. But the religion has been modified to such an extent, has been written. They have books of Veda, so many type of books, heavily written by normal being. It's no longer pure books. Like Muhammad Sallam, the last book of Allah was revealed to him, known as Quran. The Quran until today has never changed. If anybody will ever do anything to modify it, he will be punished, or his action will be made known to others, and he will be beaten, probably to death or severely injured. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised that He will keep the sanctity, purity of Quran, because these are only revealed books of Allah which remain true until today and the doomsday. But the Taurat and the Injil, has also heavily distorted, modified by humans, the so-called scholars. They have made the religion change to suit their desires and their desires to lead the life of this world with their own ways. So don't think that Islam come from Christianity. No. Islam is the real religion which has been revealed by Allah even at the time of Musa, Isa, Ibrahim. To all the prophets of Allah, the only religion which Allah has revealed to them is the religion of Islam. Islam like a building. So Nabi Sallam said, there's a brick, one brick, empty. I'm that brick that complete the revelation of the religion of Islam. So Islam is not Muhammadan. Some of them say it's a Muhammadan religion. It means Nabi Sallam, Muhammad Sallam is the one who created that religion. So sometimes they say that Islam is born in Saudi Arabia. It's not born in Saudi Arabia. It's actually wrong thing to say that Islam is born. The birthplace of Islam is Saudi Arabia, no. But anyhow, the last revelation, which is Quran, was revealed in Saudi Arabia. So even these people who understand the language of the Quran to a certain extent, they know, because Quran is in Arabic. Why it was revealed in Arabic? Because Muhammad is an Arab, and the people to whom he has to preach are also Arab, and so naturally Allah has revealed the Quran in Arabic. Allah says, if ever I will reveal this Quran in other languages, they too will not believe that this Quran is the book of Allah. So even them cannot practice. They know very well. This is in the sermon, in the lecture given by Prophet Salam during his last pilgrimage in the field of Arafah. He says, neither Arab is better than non-Arab. No, the non-Arabs are better than the Arabs. The best among you is those who have taqwa. But nobody practices this. Not the Saudis too. You know what? Even those people who are working in Saudi Arabia, the expatriate, they are not paid equally. Those expatriate who comes from America or come from America and Britain, they pay much higher salary than the expatriate which come from India and Pakistan, even though they have degrees from Western universities. Arabs segregated people. They say that the Britons, the Americans are of higher rank than the Indians. The Indians are always looked by others, particularly by the Arabs, as downtrodden people. But the Indians don't care as long as I have money. They, go to work in Saudi in groups. No matter, whether they are humiliated or not, it's okay. Because the Indians love money so much. Where you cannot find Indians in this world? Which country? All the rich country in the world, you can find Indians. Indian only cannot be found in poor country. Not to say can't be found, less to be found. Like Indians, very few are to be found in Indonesia. Very few. But still, few also in Bangkok. There are many so also. But there are so many in Malaysia and Singapore. Why? It's a country where it's rich. Even Samad parents, grandparents come from all the way to India. Very long way. British teach them. If you want money, come to Malaysia. The Indians, they went back to India. They work in Malaysia. They went back to India. They say in Malaysia, even you can sell grass, you get money. Oh, they say, it's a money with gold. Many Indians come. Ceylonese come. One of my friend, Mr. Silva, is so proud of his heritage from Ceylon, Jaffna. He said Lee Kuan Yew was saying that I'm proud of 3J: Jews, Japanese, and Tamil Jaffna. So he belongs to Tamil Jaffna. Why? He said like that because these three groups are the cleverest. Lee Kuan Yew found out that the Jews, the Japanese, and Hindus Jaffna, Tamil Jaffna of Ceylon. So Mr. Siba said, my great-grandparents are taken here by the British to help the British to manage this country, to become clerks. Some are very intelligent. So many, the Bengali, all Indians come to Malaysia, they are called Bengali, particularly those who have beards. But the Tamils, they don't call them Bengali, they call them Keling. Keling is because probably the early Tamils come from a place in India called Kalinga. They say I come from Kalinga, they call the Malaysia, Keling. So until today, the Indians, Tamils are not very happy when you call them Keling. Why? It's from a place in India called Keling. But those India from Pakistan, northern India, the present day northern India, like Uttar Pradesh, like Samad parents, and from Bangladesh, all called Bengali. So later on, the Portuguese come to attack Malacca. Why they come to attack Malacca? Because at that time it was prosperous country, very prosperous. Indian come, Chinese come. They don't come to poor country. They don't come to place where there is no gold, no money. So why Malaysia? From even those time, are very famous for wealth and gold, and so Indian, particularly Chinese, come to live in Malaysia. So they call, these people also have beard. So the Malays call them white Bengali. No? The Indians are the black Bengali, the fathers, grandparents of Samad. But this Portuguese they call white Bengali, in their storybook. White Bengali come and attack our country. So one of the black Bengali, they make trades in Malacca. They're not very happy with the Sultanate of Malacca. They are grudging. They have grudge. So now they say we must support this white Bengali to tackle and to conquer over Malacca. The Malays call him as known as Sikitol. This Sikitol is actually Indians, black Bengali, who reveal the secrets to Portuguese that make Malacca to easily captured by the Portuguese. So until today, the Malays should learn the lesson that never trust the black Bengali so much. Beware of them, because they are the people who love the dunya more than anything else. They love dunya. They are probably second to the Jews or the Sikh. So they went to Saudi, they work, even though they pay with less salary than the Europeans, the white Bengali, but still they work. Recently, Saudi say, Saudi is not in good term with Pakistan now. They send their workers back home. They say, Imran Khan said, they are poor people, they need money, their family, please don't send them back. So Indians become like beggars, living in the Arab world, sending money to India and Pakistan and Bangladesh. So even though India is poor, but the people are rich. They make money outside, they bring money, keep in the house. They don't keep in the bank, they don't pay tax. That's why you don't find good electricity there. No good drainage. Rubbish everywhere. Except of the well-established area. If you go to remote area, villages in Pakistan, in India, Bangladesh, you will see, rubbish everywhere. Toiletries everywhere. The men also make toilet, they urinate everywhere, they relieve themselves everywhere. So you will see feces everywhere, not only of the cow, the dogs, the cat, even human. Very filthy. I went there. I spent many months doing the work of so-called dawah in Pakistan, in India, but I dare not to spend in Bangladesh. I spent only in the city for 40 days. I spent one time 40 days. I told them I just want to go to the city because I have the phobia, because there were stories come back from those people who have gone prior to me. They say, oh, in Bangladesh we have to drink the water which the cows also drink. Then once we drink the water, we'll get stomach ache, diarrhea, so many things. It's very unhealthy. Until today, no, has never changed. But you see, some Indians are very rich, very, very rich. Indians, Pakistan, Bangladesh, but many are very poor. No matter who goes up in the top, they can never change India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, because it's the attitudes. The attitudes of not caring about health, only thinking of money, collecting money and saving money, building houses, beautiful house, and their houses all guarded with fence and thorns, and all having fence with dangerous spikes. When we go in India, we see the houses, all the houses have things made to protect their house. Dangerous fence, not normal fence like us having in Malaysia. Dangerous fence with spikes, so that nobody will jump. That shows how much do they care about what they have inside the house. They're not that rich compared to some, but the way they protect their house just shows that they want to protect something that they love, which is the material things of this world. So few Indians actually are very religious, appearance wise probably, but I don't think, they call themselves, there's so many wali, they say in India, the grave of wali. Wali means lover of Allah. Whether they are really lover of Allah or not, only Allah knows. But the people say, oh, this is the wali Allah, this is wali Allah, this is wali Allah. You know what? Some worship the grave of that wali. There is one, some place near Nizamuddin, near Bangla Wali Masjid, is a place of people who worship grave. I went there, I saw. These are Indians, they are so-called Islam, but they practice very un-Islamic practices. Very. As Indians, they never allow people to marry 2, 3. While Islam tell them you can, if you can do justice. But Indians, it's a taboo. It's almost forbidden. Indians do not love their neighbors. If their neighbors are poor, if they have any wedding ceremony, they don't invite the poor who live just beside his house. He only invite their friends who are rich. They are so obsessed with status and fame. So even they became Muslim, the so-called Muslim, but they still practice kasta, In Hinduism, there is kasta, Brahmin, and all those. The bottom kasta is untouchable. Kasta, what is his name? Parya. Below Brahmin, what is the kasta? Warrior, but it is called warrior, but it is the name in India. Warrior means army. Parya and Brahmin. The Brahmins are the upper class. They don't mix with the Parya, Never. Even in the so-called Jamaat Tabligh, those Brahmin in Jamaat Tabligh will never do the work of the Pariah. The Pariah will do the khidmat, will cook food during Istima, will wash, but not the Brahmin. The Brahmin only sitting down, instructing people and giving lectures. So in India, there is great division between the well-to-do and not the well-to-do. They don't practice at all, the Muslim in India. You know that neither Arabs are better than non-Arabs. No, the non-Arab better than Arab. The best among you is taqwa. The Indians never practice it. They still practice kasta. They still practice division. You know, among them, and their division is based on material wealth. But now it's slowly diminishing, that kasta, diminishing because of now people start to change their belief. You know, they go to university, they go to, so even the Pariah now are able to attain some good position, no? Which they will never be able to do that before. A lot to do. They don't really embrace the religion of Islam. I'm not talking about the Hindus, talking about the so-called Muslim in India. They are not 1-2 Muslim in India. They are about 400 million. They are more than the Muslim in Malaysia. Malaysia only with 20 million. India have maybe 400 million. They only say in statistics 300 million from those days. Those days I was told 300 million. Today I'm told also 300 million. I don't think so. They may be having about 500 million. India have 1.6 billion. So many Muslims not practicing Islam. They still have the colored, the tints of Hinduism. They don't practice, of course, you don't tell people that you marry 2, 3, 4, but Indians prohibit, become haram to marry more than one. Even if his father, his wife died, then his father want to marry another one. If he married, the children all boycotted him. Will not be having good relation anymore. So the father also gets scared. Only those smart Indians have one wife in India or Pakistan, Bangladesh, one wife in Malaysia. Oh, they practice polygamy. One Pakistan, they not migrated here. I know him. He cannot practice polygamy in Pakistan. Here he have 4 wives, one Malaysian. He took that Malay girl and married in Thailand. When he come back, the father of that girl bash him, bruises all over. And the son said, you know, you cannot do this in Pakistan. Here he married 4 wives. See, I know him. He said, I need more. Now he got 3 because that one. I want 2 more. He have stalls selling caps and clothes, or not stall, shop in front of Sri Petaling. He also, involved in the work. Simply want to do business, not really the work. He want to do business, and he took my name as a director just to be able, and then to gain PR. I'm nice to him, but I don't mind helping him. It's now PR. Probably you want letter blue IC, from red to blue. Very smart. He has many wives. Say, gone with the days in Pakistan. You cannot have 2 wives. Can you see anyone having 2 wives in India and Pakistan? You cannot. Why? They don't follow Quran. What more to follow that orders? Neither the Arabs are better than the non-Arab, nor the non-Arab better than the Arab. It can change to many things, No, the Brahmin is better than the Pariah. No, the Pariah is better than the Brahmin. Except in taqwa. No Malays are better than the Chinese. No Chinese better than the Malays, except in taqwa. In other words, Islam promotes social justice. No racism at all. No racism at all. But unfortunately, the least racist of all the races in the world is the Malays. The least. And yet, the Chinese say they are racist. Chinese are very racist. In Singapore, we can see where Chinese predominate and they rule the country. The Indians there are not happy. They say we are not being, looked after as equal citizen. So they advertise work only for Chinese. They say we want those who are fluent in Mandarin. All jobs are for Chinese. So one Indian, Mr. Kumar, the comedian from Singapore, make a story. I like it. He said, fluent in Mandarin. So one Indian came. Oh, what language you know? Yes, I know Mandarin, English, Malay. Oh, you are now trilingual, he said. Chinese, how they say? Oh, Kumar can speak, the slang of Chinese. Now you're overqualified. You cannot get this job. Overqualified. You see, the idea why the Chinese advertise fluent in Mandarin is because they want only Chinese. The same as the Chinese in Malaysia. They are racist. Can China accept thousands of Malays go to China? No. Millions. Why the Malays give them IC? They allow them to live in Malaysia. They should be, they should admire the Malays who have given them the IC to work, to live. They should respect the kings. The kings are the owner of this country. You don't talk anything about the king. They are the one who allow you to live in this country. Be quiet and be a good citizen, not to champion the cause of Chinese and Indians here in Malaysia. You should know your beginning. When you forget your beginning, then you become ungrateful. So this order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which has been lectured, has been in the lecture of Prophet Muhammad sallam during his last pilgrimage, it's a very important thing, the thing which he mentioned in that sermon of his during that is the most important thing to be practiced. Otherwise he will not say that. Why he says that? Because that is a time when the whole Muslim, almost 120,000 believers at that time gathered in Arafah. He says, neither Arabs are better than the non-Arabs. No, the non-Arab better than the Arab. The best among you is those who are taqwa. So we should not differentiate people in terms of their race. We should differentiate people in terms of taqwa. We should regard people with good iman and faith towards Allah as the top people. We should choose leaders among them, not Malays or Chinese. No. Of course, the Chinese will never be people of taqwa if they remain non-Muslims. How can you become taqwa? You still worship the idols, or the Indians. In order to be people of taqwa, you should believe in Allah. It is fair to say the best among you is the people of taqwa, because this world doesn't belong to the Malays, doesn't belong to the Chinese, doesn't belong to the English, doesn't belong to the Indian, belong to nobody except to Allah. Allah wants the people of taqwa only to predominate and to rule the world. But unfortunately, which selects people to become the ruler among the arrogance and the non-God conscious. And so we have turned this world from a place of heavens where there is peace and harmony, love and kindness, to become a place of terror and horror, where the strongest among them humiliate the lowest among them, the rich humiliate the poor, as done in India, in Arabia, in all over the world. The reason why this has happened like this, because we are not obeying the orders of Allah and His Messenger. We should not, practice racism. That means we design people, their status according to race. No, according to taqwa. We should honor people according to taqwa. Yeah? Not according to their race, not according to their social status, as in India. In India, they are same race. All the Brahmin and the Hindus, all Indians, but they segregate them in terms of worldly ownership. And that's why I say the Indians are very materialistic race. They humiliate themselves and humiliate others. This is a way of how people trying to create horror and dissension in this world, is to create differences between people, not in terms of taqwa, in terms of wealth, in terms of race. We should not do this. We should go all out to become people of taqwa, to believe in Allah and to believe in His Messenger, to obey their orders and to have the good deeds. People of taqwa is the people who have good deeds. Good deeds make the world to become like a heaven, like a paradise, like paradise, where the people will live with peace and harmony, love and kindness. We ourselves turn this world to become a place of horror and turmoil, because we do not believe in the God, in Allah who has created this world. He owns this world. We don't own it. We will die, and the world will be shattered into pieces on the doomsday. It doesn't last. We all will be gathered all together in the field of mahsyar, upon when will be judged, each and every one of us, according to our characters or according to our conducts, and on that line only will be either thrown into hellfire or be made admitted to the paradise of Allah. Allah is kind. He loves kindness. He loves people with the good deeds, not with the evil deeds. Don't turn ourselves to become the people of evils. Humiliate others, do crime to others, do injustices to others. We should not do this. We should make repentance and turn towards Allah. That's why I'm telling you, those who have become a believer, that means those who have recited the kalima, please do the work that fulfill the right of this kalima, which is the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil, like which been done by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the sacrifice of your wealth and time, so that the love of dunya will come out from your heart, and the love of Allah will enter to your heart, to the level which you become the people who are taqwa or conscious of Allah, not like the Indians, not like the Chinese, not like the British, Americans, who have in their heart entirely the love of this world, none whatsoever the love of Allah. Most of them, even the Malays. So become the people who are taqwa, to do the work. If you don't become Muslim, you have not yet become Muslim, become Muslim, recite the kalima, but don't become like the so-called current Muslim, who recite the kalima, they don't do the work or fulfilling the rank of the kalima. They don't do the work of inviting people to Allah with the sacrifice of their time and wealth in the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As a result, the love of dunya never come out from their heart. They say La ilaha illallah Muhammad sallallahu, but the love of dunya is more than the love of Allah. Then they cannot practice the orders of Allah. That's why there is humiliation, there is injustices in this world. Because they only recite the kalima. The kalima has never entered into their heart. How could they obey the orders of Allah? The simple, the very clear order of Allah. Neither the Arabs better than the non-Arabs, nor the non-Arab are better than the Arab. The best among you is the people of taqwa, has never been obeyed and practiced in the entire world since the day when Nabi Sallam has preached this sermon of his in Arafah, in his last pilgrimage. Okay.